Hello brothers and sisters, meet again on channel Ahang Simulator. Playing mobile games is a trend these days. The ability of mobile games, which can be played anywhere and anytime, makes the population of mobile game players increase. Mobile games also currently have very good quality. Some of them can be compared to PC games and other console games. One type of game that gamers like is arcade. Arcade is a type of game that is not too focused on the story and usually provides its own fun and enjoyment for players in their spare time. Arcade-type games usually have simple gameplay. Here are the 10 best arcade-type offline Android games. In this list is an arcade game combined with elements of fighting and adventure. This game is packed with side-scrolling gameplay. Players will play as a basketball legend, namely Shaquille O'Neal. Here the player is tasked with saving a world that is in chaos. The concept of a classic arcade game from this game has been successfully packaged in a modern way, and added with an interesting storyline and quite entertaining. Later there are a number of cutscenes that you will encounter while playing, not only presenting interesting gameplay, but this game is also supported by good graphics, as well as various attack combos that can be done. The next game is Bottle Jump 3D. As the title implies, here players will carry a bottle and make jumps. This is done to reach the finish line at each level. The way to play is also very simple, where you only need to tap on the phone screen to make a jump. What makes this game interesting is the presence of more than 100 levels that can be completed. In addition, the graphic presentation is colorful and comfortable to look at. Discussing arcade-themed games that can be played offline, this game titled Fancade certainly can't be missed. The reason is, this game has dozens of mini-games with different gameplay systems. In total, this game provides more than 1,000 levels that can be completed. As an arcade game, each mini-game is packed with simple gameplay, but gradually gets more difficult. What makes this game more interesting? Players can also design their own levels. Although this game can be played offline, all of its features can only be played when playing online. The next game is one of the popular horror game series on the Play Store. Like the previous series, Granny 3 will present tension when solving puzzles in it. The player himself has a task to get out of a terrible house. As a successor, of course this game features different puzzles when compared to the previous series. The presence of a ghost named Granny was successfully presented thanks to the first-person camera point of view. In addition, the graphic presentation is also quite gripping. Faily Brakes will also certainly be a pity to miss. The concept of this game is actually very simple, where you are required to go as far as possible by using a car. As for control, players only need to move the car to the right or left. The reason is, the car will drive automatically. Although it seems simple, the presence of various obstacles makes this game more difficult to complete. The variety of power-ups and weapons that can be obtained along the way makes the gameplay less boring. Jetpack Joyride is also an interesting offline arcade game to play. But unfortunately, this game is still not released globally. As the successor of the first series, Jetpack Joyride 2 offers features updates and improvements in various aspects. For gameplay, this game carries a game concept that is not much different from the first series. Players are required to avoid every trap that will later be encountered. Not only traps, you are also required to shoot shootouts against enemies and bosses who are much stronger. Along with the progress that has been made, there are a number of new areas and equipment upgrades that can be done. Taking a very unique game theme, Angry Dad can be an illustration of the story of the fathers of football lovers. How not? Here you will play the character of the father who is watching a football match. However, these activities are not without obstacles. There are various homework that will interfere. Starting from repairing the toilet, picking up the phone, and so on. Because of the disturbance, there will be an angry meter that you have to pay attention to if you don't want to lose. To reduce the level of anger, you are required to return to the TV and not miss the goal snippet. You can complete each level well if you manage to complete a lot of work in the allotted time. Dumb Ways to Dash is an arcade game with a pretty fun gameplay concept. Here the player is tasked with reaching the finish line by competing with several other characters. Similar to other series from Dumb Ways, here you will play a character in the form of a beam. After completing a round, another character will be eliminated. In addition to competing to be the fastest, players are also required to avoid various obstacles that will appear. The presence of various arenas with unique obstacles certainly makes the gameplay of this game feel more varied. The next game is an airplane-themed game, namely Paper Plane Dogfight 3D. Uniquely, the plane that you will control is a paper plane. Later you will control the plane and do war with a number of enemies. The plane will also be equipped with skills to upgrades that can be done to make the game easier. Although it is quite interesting with a variety of planes and maps that can be unlocked, the game is quite difficult because the upgrade system is quite expensive. Hero Squad. As the title implies, here you will play a group of soldiers to fight with hordes of monsters. Later there will be a number of characters with their own unique abilities and abilities that can be unlocked. Along with progress, you can also make improvements to the attributes of the team. As for the gameplay, this game has a simple gameplay system. You just need to direct the team using a virtual joystick.